Peace and love, everybody, and welcome back to Yoga with Vinyasa. Before we get this video started, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also maybe share with a family or a friend that might need this flow today. So today we're going to be focusing a lot on the hip space. It's going to be a very short and sweet practice. We're going to get straight into that space of the body, and yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So to get started here, let's come to lie on our back in a Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to have the soles of the feet to touch, knees to the outer edges of the mat, and let's go ahead and lie on our back here. So straight into our hip opener in this space. And then I'm gonna recommend that you place both of your palms onto the outer edges of the hip space there. Maybe you close the eyes down here. And let's start off by taking a really deep collective breath in through the nose and a breath out the body. 2 more breaths, a collective breath in and clearing it out the mouth. And take 1 more cycle of breath here, making it the biggest breath of your day. And a breath out the body. Now let's take a moment here to just simply arrive in this space as who we are, as our whole self. And can you start to draw into your mind's eye maybe that little purpose of why you showed up today? Why you came onto your mat, so just noticing. And whatever this purpose is for you, whatever is coming up for you in this space, can you sit that at the heart center with love, and can you allow that to guide you throughout our little journey today? And whatever that intention may have been, can you take a really deep breath in, seal it in, and a breath out the body. And then from here, starting to flutter the eyes open here, drawing yourself back into the space. I'm going to recommend to just draw the arms alongside you. Let's take a little windshield wiper of the knees from side to side. So it doesn't really matter which direction you go into first, but just take a little sway of the knees from side to side just to release the lower back here. Little gentle rocks from side to side. Let's take about 2 more little sways here. And then very slow and steady. Let's go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself the tightest little squeeze here. I'm going to recommend a little rock from side to side here first. And let's go ahead and take a gentle rock, so forward and back on our spine, enough to come up to our comfortable seat. And I'm going to recommend your first tabletop posture. Let's go ahead and cross up the ankles here. And then as you shift forward to hands and knees, bring the palms beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. And let's start to incorporate our few little rounds of our cat and cow here. So as you're tucking the toes under, press the earth away. Lift the heart up into your cow spine. On the exhale, untuck the toe. Can you draw the belly in into your cat? And let's take about just 6 more cycles here on your own breath at your own pace. So just moving with the flow of your own body to really just start to wake up the spine here. Nice. Just starting to warm up the self here for the flow to come. Take about just 2 more rounds of these cats and cows here on your own breath at your own pace. And then noticing once you finish that last cycle there, let's draw the spine back to neutral here. We are going to go ahead and tuck the toes under, and we will go ahead and start to send the hips up and back into this first down dog. I'm going to recommend a little pedaling of the heels here just to really loosen yourself into this first down dog. Nice. You might hear little snaps and cracks, as it is okay. Just our little bones. And then noticing once you find a nice solid foundation, let's go ahead and take a nice soft bend of those knees. Send the hips up really nice and high. Press the earth away with your palms. We're going to go ahead and take a collective breath in through the nose, fill up the belly, and a breath out the mouth. Now from here, keeping the left foot here rooted, let's go ahead and raise this right leg up and high. And let's draw the right foot to the outside of our right palm into a lizard posture here. Now, it may take a while for you to get here, but once you make your way into this space, let's take a gentle rock forward and back to get into the inner right hip crease here. So just starting to really send some love into our lower body. And then once you feel really nice and steady here, let's go ahead and release this left knee down. Untuck the back toe, and we're going to make our way into a full lizard expression. I know it is early on, so you can keep the palms on the earth here. Otherwise, if you want to come in a little bit deeper into this posture, let's go ahead and draw the forearms onto the earth. And then noticing here as you're releasing the forearms down, also let the crown of the head go here. And we're gonna hold here for a count of about 5 cycles of breath. So just allowing yourself to really melt into this posture. Let's hold here for a count of 5. Breathing into the hip space for 4, for 3, for 2, and then for 1. Listening carefully. Let's go ahead and keep this left forearm planted. Let's go ahead and lift this right arm up into an open twist. Now, very gently from here, we're placing this right palm on the right knee. Gently press your right knee out to get a little bit of a hip opener here. And then we're coming to the outer edge of our right foot. I'm going to recommend a little peek over the right shoulder here. And we're holding here again for that count of 5. Breathing here for that count of 4. For 3. For 2. And then for 1. Can you lengthen this right arm back up? Draw the right sole of the foot back down to the earth. Release this right forearm down. And then start to prop yourself back up into this expression here. Now we're going to go ahead and tuck the back toe under. Lift your left knee up. And our Malasana squat is our next posture. So we're going to go ahead and try our best to draw this left foot outside of our right palm. Hands to heart center here. And I'm going to recommend a little rock from side to side. Really get into the hip space here. And you can always take a moment here to come up onto your tippy toes, release the heels down, come up onto your other tippy toes, release the heels down. Take that a few more times here. Keeping the heart space nice and proud. So heart space is really nice and lifted. Just one more cycle. And let's draw ourselves back to center here slowly. Let's go ahead and take a collective breath in and clearing it out the mouth. From here, let's go ahead and plant both palms down. Release into your wide leg fold to release your crown of the head down. And we're heel toeing the feet back together here to touch here. Beautiful, y'all. Let's go ahead and inhale up to a half lift. So create a really nice flat back. On your exhale, we'll release and fold into our forward fold. Let's take that pulse one more time. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to release and fold back into your forward fold. From here, let's go ahead and root to rise up. So palms will press overhead. Maybe you take a little baby back bend, lift up out of the heart space. And on the exhale, hands to heart center. Release your arms by your side for your Tadasana pose. Beautiful, y'all. From here, let's go ahead and float those arms up. Take a full little back bend, rinse it away. Exhaling, we'll go ahead and release into our forward fold. Inhaling, half lift, nice flat back. Exhale to plant both palms down, step, or if you're ready, you can hop back to plank with bent elbows. And let's make our way into a modified flow first. Let's tap the knees directly down, untuck your back toes, and can you start to lower your chest all the way down onto the earth here. On your next inhale, we'll go ahead and peel the heart open for our baby cobra. So little to no weight in those palms first and really press out the tops of the feet. Maybe to lift the heart up just gently a little bit higher. And on the exhale, release your chest back down, press back their hands and knees, and then we'll send the hips straight back up into down dog. Beautiful, y'all. So let's go ahead and take a collective breath in through the nose and clearing it out the mouth. So same little mini sequence, same little mini flow on our other side. So very slow and steady. Let's go ahead and lift this left leg up and high. Left foot to the outside of our left palm for our full lizard posture here. So let's go ahead and take a very gentle rock forward and back. Again, so really get into that left hip crease. Sending a bit of love here into the upper right quad. And then slow and steady from here, start to release the right knee down, untuck your back toes, and you can keep your palms planted onto the earth. This is option 1. Option 2, to get a little bit deeper into this expression, maybe draw the forearms down too. Now, this is really going to intensify the stretch in the upper right quad, so listen to your body here. Otherwise, just letting the head go here, so no tension is in the neck. And once you feel really nice and settled in this space, let's take those 5 cycles of breath. So we're going to breathe here for a count of 5. Holding here for a count of 4. For 3. For 2. And then for 1. Keeping the right forearm on the earth here. Let's go ahead and raise this left arm up and high into an open twist. And then very gently, can you place this left palm on your left knee? A very gentle press of that left knee towards the left side of your space. Maybe you come to the outer edge of your left foot and maybe a little peek over your left shoulder. So again, we're holding here, y'all, for a count of 5. Maybe keep the eyes closed here for a count of 4. For 3. for 2, and then for 1. Release this left palm from your left knee, reground down that left foot. We're gonna go ahead and plant the left palm down, right palm down, back into our lizard here. And then let's go ahead and tuck the toes under, lift this right knee up. Our Malasana squat is next. So we're gonna go ahead and draw the right foot to the outside of the right palm here. And however you get there, perfect place to get there. So take your time, hands to heart center here. And then maybe those gentle rocks from side to side. While you're lifting maybe one heel and the other heel, coming up onto those tippy toes, really get into the hip space. And then once you draw yourself nice and steady to center, let's take a collective breath in and breathing out the body. Beautiful, y'all. From here, our wide leg forward fold. So release the crown of the head down towards the earth. Heel toe the feet back together to touch here. And then we'll go ahead and inhale up to a half lift. Nice flat back. Exhaling to release and fold into your forward fold. One more little pause. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale to release for forward fold. From here, we'll go ahead and root to rise up. Those palms will press overhead. Take a little back bend here, wash it away. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Release the arms by your side for Tadasana pose. Yeah, beautiful work here, y'all. So we're gonna take that same little mini sequence, same little mini flow one more time. This time, linking a breath to a movement. So we're gonna move into a little bit more quickly the second time around. So using your next breath in, raise those arms up and overhead, take a little back bend, wash it away. Exhaling, we'll let this go into forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to plant both palms down, step or hop back to your plank pose. And from here, if you have chaturanga in your practice, we're gonna go ahead and lower halfway down. Elbows are guiding next to the rib cage. Inhale, we'll go ahead and press up, upward facing dog. And with the exhale, let's go ahead and press back into down dog. So let's go ahead and take a collective breath in through the nose and clearing it out the mouth. Beautiful. So from here, let's float this right leg up and high. Right foot to the outside of the right palm, lizard posture. Straight away, we'll release the left knee, untuck the back toe, release those forearms down, and let's take a really deep belly breath in here and clearing it out the body. Keeping the left forearm right where it is. Reach this right arm high on the inhale. On the exhale, plant this right palm on the right knee. Gently press that right knee out and just one cycle of breath here. Very gently from here, release both palms back down to the earth here. Tuck the back toe under, lift the left knee up. Malasana squat, left foot to the outside of this left palm. Hands to heart center. We'll hold for the belly breath in. On the exhale, wide leg fold, release the head down. Heel toe the feet back together to touch here. Yeah, slow and steady. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale to release for forward fold. This time we'll root to rise up. Those palms will press overhead. Take your baby back bend. On the exhale this time, we'll go ahead and let this go straight into a forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale to plant both palms down, step, or if you're ready, hop back to that plank pose with bent elbows. Possible vinyasa flow to rinse it away. And we'll meet back into down dog. Beautiful, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and take that collective breath in through the nose and clearing it out the body. Just one more side. Lengthen this left leg up and high. Left foot to the outside of our left palm, lizard posture. Release the right knee, untuck the back toe, and maybe you release the forearms down. Let the head go here and take a full cycle of breath to really breathe into that left hip crease. Keeping the right forearm right where it is. Lengthen this left arm up and high. Left palm on this left knee. Gently press that left knee out on the exhale. We'll hold here for that belly breath in and staying here for the breath out. Slow and steady. Release both palms back down to the earth here. We'll tuck the back toe under for Malasana squat. So right foot to the outside of this right palm. Hands to heart center. Take a full belly breath in. On the exhale, wide leg fold. Release the crown of the head down. Heel toe the feet back together to touch here. Inhaling to your half lift. Nice flat back. Exhale to release for forward fold. Inhaling to root to rise up. Rise and shine. Take your baby back bend. On the exhale, we'll let this go into forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to plant both palms down. Step or hop back to your plank pose. Optional vinyasa flow if needed. And we're meeting back into down dog. Whew, nice work, y'all. So noticing here as you make your way back into down dog, let's take a really deep collective breath in and clear it out the body. Nice. So from here, let's go ahead and raise this right leg up and high, and we'll step it through to rise up into our warrior two. So as you firm down the back heel, we're windmilling those arms open here, and we're landing here softly into our warrior two. So this is already a hip opener here, really nothing much else to do here, but making sure you're drawing the right knee towards the outer edge of that right pinky toe. And noticing as you're sinking the hips low here, we're breathing into the right hip crease. We're gonna hold here for a moment, y'all. So lengthen out those arms, relax those shoulders away from the ears here. Just one more cycle of breath. And then can you use your next breath in to lengthen out this right leg, bring both palms to press overhead. On the exhale, warrior two, back to the top of the mat. So re-bend the right knee here. Let's take that 2 more times. Inhaling to lift up and fly. Exhaling, warrior two, as you breathe out. 1 more. Inhaling to lift up and fly. Exhaling, warrior two. Pausing here. Take a moment. Resettle back into your warrior two. And then we're going to take 1 more pulse, but listening for the change. This time, let's lift everything up to fly our warrior. This time, draw your left toes towards the left side of your mat for a skandasana posture. So we're bending this left knee here. Draw the right toes up towards the sky. And then maybe from here, you can plant the palms down. Option 1. Option 2, maybe keep hands to heart center here. Or if you want to send a little more love into the hip crease here, we're going to take a little flows from side to side. So can you maybe start to bend this right knee? And then taking this moment here to breathe into the heart space. On the exhale, flow right back over to your other side. Let's take that at least 1 more time to each side. So moving with your own breath at your own pace. If you need to lower the palms down, you can. Listen to your body. Then once you make your way back over to your left side, let's go ahead and take a little peek to the top. We'll crawl ourselves forward into low lunge, slow and steady here. And then we'll go ahead and step back to our plank pose. Optional vinyasa flow, rinsing that away. And we're meeting back into down dog. Beautiful, y'all. So as you do make your way back into down dog, we're taking that collective breath in and clearing it out the body. Use your next breath in to lengthen this left leg up and high. And we're stepping it through to rise all the way up into our warrior two. So again, just landing here softly. And this is already a hip opener here. So really nothing else to do here, but keeping this really nice bend of your left knee. Lengthen out those arms, relax your shoulders, and ease into this posture. It looks like an easy posture, but in reality, it's really not. So we're in this together. We're gonna go ahead and take 1 more cycle of breath here. And then once you're ready to release this, we're gonna go ahead and lengthen out this left leg, bring both palms to press overhead. Warrior two to the back of the mat, or the top of the mat, as we breathe out. Nice, y'all. 2 more. Inhaling to lift up and fly. Exhaling, warrior two, as you exhale. Nice. And then 1 more here. Inhaling to lift up and fly. Exhaling, warrior two, and we're pausing here. Take a moment. Another cycle of breath in. And then can you use your next breath in to fly your warrior, this time into your skandasana to the back of the mat. So the right toes are guiding towards the back of the space. Bend generously into this right knee. Start to lift the left toes up and maybe hands to heart center. Again, option as well to plant the palms down here for a little more stability. And you can always stay right here. You don't have to move. You can always stay. Otherwise, we're going to take little rocks from side to side. Find your steadiness. So we'll rock the body over to our left. Bend this left knee. Draw the right toes up. And we'll start to glide ourselves over to the right side. Let's take that a few more times here. On your own breath at your own pace. Moving with the flow of your own body. I'm going to take 1 more here just for fun. And then once you end up over to the right side of your mat here, take a little peek towards the top. We'll crawl ourselves forward for low lunge here. Step back to your plank pose, optional vinyasa flow, rinse it away. And then we'll meet back into down dog. Beautiful, y'all. So let's go ahead and take a collective breath in through the nose and clearing it out the body. Nice. So we're going to go ahead and start to lengthen this right leg up and high. From here, right knee to right wrist. Let's gently lower the shin down for our pigeon posture. So here we are. Little moment of rest, kind of. So as you untuck the back toe, maybe you lift up out of the heart space here first. And on the exhale, we'll go ahead and fold and release right over this right thigh. So take a moment, y'all, noticing what you need here. If this is too intense for your body, you can always take this lying on your back into a figure 4 shape. So know that you always have that second option here. And if you do have a little more space, I am on my forearms, but if you have a little more space here, you can lengthen the arms forward and release the forehead down onto the earth. And we're gonna hold here for about just 5 more cycles of breath to breathe a lot of love into the hip space. Lots of love into that lower body. And just acknowledging that a lot may be coming up for you here, but try your best to breathe into the body with grace. Always acknowledging maybe what is coming up for you here, and use the power of the exhale to let that little something go. 2 more cycles of breath. One more cycle here. And then using your next breath, and let's go ahead and crawl ourselves up here slowly. Plant both palms down here. Tuck the back toe under. We're lifting this left knee up. Step back to your plank pose. Optional vinyasa flow to rinse it away. And we're meeting back into down dog. So as you do make your way back into down dog, I'm going to recommend you lift this right leg up. Take a little bend of your right knee. And maybe if you have a wild thing, release the back foot back behind you and lengthen this right arm forward just to counteract that posture. We're going to hold here for the belly breath in. On the exhale, release this top palm down, lengthen the right leg back up, and then right foot to meet the left into your down dog. Whew. Let's go ahead and take a collective breath in through the nose and clearing it out the mouth. Using your next breath in, we're lifting this left leg up and high. Left knee to the left wrist. We'll gently lower the shin down for that pigeon posture. So take a moment, y'all, to settle into this whole different side of your body. It's going to be a whole different experience. So honoring what's happening. Let's go ahead and lift up out of the heart space here first. Take that belly breath in. And on the exhale, we'll start to fold right over this left thigh. So again, just noticing here. If you do have a bit more space here on the body, maybe you start to draw your arms forward. I'm going to keep my forearms on the earth here due to spacing, but just let the head go so you have no tension in the upper body. And just like that other side, can you take a little note here of what is actually coming up for you here? Again, we tend to store a lot in the hip space, so always give yourself grace in these moments as we're sending a lot of love to that area of the body here. And sometimes things do come up, but allow the things to come up, acknowledge them, but also allow them to pass. Allow yourself to breathe. 3 more cycles here. And then using your next breath in, let's go ahead and walk ourselves all the way back up here. We'll tuck the back toe under, step back to plank pose. Optional last and final vinyasa flow if that feels okay. Otherwise, skip it. We're meeting back into down dog and a moment to reset. So from here, I'm going to recommend you lengthen this left leg up. Take a little bend of your left knee to open up the hip. Maybe you stay here. Otherwise, flip your dog into your wild thing. So left foot back behind you. And we're reaching this left arm forward. So we'll hold here for the belly breath in to settle. On the exhale, release this top palm down. Lift that left leg up and high. Let it go. And then left foot to meet the right into your down dog. Really nice work here, y'all. So let's go ahead and release the knees down here. Hips onto the heels. One palm to heart, one palm to belly. And take this time to just notice your true body. Nothing else to do here but just noticing. How's the heart beating at this point in practice? Maybe even acknowledging how you're feeling at this point in practice. Allow yourself to give thanks to this body. 1 more cycle here. Nice, y'all. So before we start to lie on our back here to finish out our practice, we have one more posture here. I'm gonna recommend a grasshopper. So we're gonna start off by drawing the knees here to the outer edges of your mat. Now you want the shins here to be in line with the mat here. And then draw your toes to the outer edges of the room. So they should be going left to right here. And then once you find where you wanna come and what's comfortable here with the knee space, we're gonna go ahead and release here the forearms onto the earth. Now, this is quite a bit of a hip opener here. Now, you're more than welcome to just stay right here. If you want to come a bit deeper into this posture, and if it's accessible for you here, maybe you reach your arms forward and come up onto your belly here. Just optional. I'm going to stay on my forearms, okay, just for spacing here. And we're just going to take about 6 more cycles of breath here to breathe into the hip creases. So we're holding here for a count of 6. Breathing here for a count of 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then for 1. Very, very slow and steady. Be mindful. Release your left palm down, right palm down here just to prop yourself up. Very slow and steady. We're drawing the toes to touch back there. Draw the knees back to center, knees to touch. We're coming into a closed-legged child's pose. So draw your arms alongside your body here and give yourself a little rock from side to side just to reset the body there. It can be very intense, so be gentle. And then using your next breath in, we'll start to draw ourselves to sit our hips onto the heels here. Shift over to whichever side is your favorite. Lengthen your legs out in front of you here. And we're going to make our way onto our back. So finally, we'll draw our arms alongside us here. And like you love this body, y'all, because we do. We care about our bodies. So we're going to start to release ourselves down in one little piece, slow and steady. Once the back body meets the earth, we're going to draw the soles of the feet to the earth here. And let's take just one little bridge pose. So as you're grounding down the soles of the feet, lift the hips up to the sky. And on the exhale, can you release the hips back down? Let's take a few more pulses just like that. So pressing out the soles of the feet, lift the hips up, take a breath in. Exhale, release the hips back down. 2 more. Inhaling to lift the hips high. Exhale to release the hips down. 1 more here, moving with your own breath at your own pace. Move with the flow of your own body. And then once you settle the hips down, take a little windshield wiper of the knees from side to side here. Just let that go. And then our last posture here before Shavasana will be our happy baby. But just be mindful of the hip space. We have done already a lot of work in the hips. If you want one last little posture here, we're going to go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. Grab for the inside of the thighs, for the outsides of your feet. Maybe there's a little rock from side to side here. And take about just 2 more cycles of breath here. And then once you're ready to come into your final rest, go ahead and lengthen those legs out heavy here. Start to bring your palms to face up towards the sky. Close the eyes down. And can you take just the next minute, just a minute, to allow your body to receive all of the benefits of your practice? And very, very gently, just starting to draw some very subtle movement back into the body by moving the fingertips and the toes. Maybe you start to stretch your arms straight back behind you, just reawakening the body here. And then we'll go ahead and start to draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself the tightest little squeeze. I'm going to recommend you take a little rock of the body from side to side. And then rock yourself over to your favorite side into just a little fetal shape. So whichever side feels best for the body here. And then with the eyes closed or the gaze soft, just making your way up into your comfortable seat. Let's go ahead and draw both palms to our heart center here in Anjali Mudra. Start to bow the chin to the chest. And just allow yourself to give thanks to this body today. Allow yourself to give thanks to the body for actually showing up, for supporting you, for always being here. And taking this time and space as well to acknowledge all the work that you've done for yourself. And again, giving thanks here. Starting to bring your palms to your third eye, a little bow to yourself. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining Yoga with Vinyasa. Super happy to have led you through that flow. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Share with your family and friends, and I hope to see you all soon. Until next time, have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Peace, y'all. Bye.